Just by a simple raise of hands, who here took the exact same route to get to school or work today as you did yesterday? Did you go up the same hill? Turn left at the same spot as you did last week? Have you only taken one route to get to work every day this autumn? Just raise your hand if any of that applies to you. Okay. If your hand is raised, let me ask you one more question. Are you a robot? Sorry, this is a TEDx talk. Let me use a buzzword. Are you run by AI? Because that's what robots do. The exact same thing day in and day out, never changing anything they do for their entire life. In this 21st century of automation, we are seeing people more and more just coast through their lives, never taking any risk and living about as far from spontaneous as possible. And this hiding behind a routine shields you from nothing other than truly experiencing life the way it's meant to be. With this talk, I hope to encourage you to say yes, why not, to something new you normally wouldn't. Even if it's something as simple as trying a new food for lunch, or maybe taking the scenic route home tonight. Live your life spontaneously, and you will, in the process, get more fulfillment out of your time here on Earth. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wow, they are really giving anyone a TEDx talk these days. Firstly, ouch. But secondly, even though I'm still on my parents' insurance, what I'm talking about today is something that I have refined and have truly lived for over half a decade now, and I've encouraged those close in my life to live as well. I've seen friends and family change their internal monologue from why should I to why not, and the results are incredible. Now, to be fair, there are a lot of benefits to having a schedule, but there's also a lot of downsides that are a lot less talked about. When we schedule joy, it will feel like work. Forcing something to be scheduled, especially a leisurely activity like going to the movies, will make it feel like a responsibility you have to do rather than something you get to do. You see it coming in your calendar weeks in advance, and you have to mold your life around it, making sure you have the time, just like that big meeting with your boss or a paper you have due next week, versus a friend asking if you want to go to the movies and then just going right then and there. It's more fun this way. The spontaneous option is easier to enjoy. I'll be honest, I used to be someone that actually quite enjoyed seeing my life scheduled down to the minute. And I thought since every hour of my day was color-coded, it meant I was winning. 30 minutes, 3 times a day blocked out in green for meals, 2 hours every Sunday for laundry in blue. Heck, I even had 1 hour every day in pink, dedicated solely to waste time on TikTok. I was living in ignorant bliss. That was until one night I realized I was looking at other people's lives, jealous of all the experiences and opportunities they get to do. Sitting in bed, looking at their totally not curated lives on Instagram where people go bungee jumping or see a new wonder of the world every day. And I saw my own life, and I couldn't even imagine how it would be 1, 2, even 3 decades from now if I kept letting my calendar make decisions for me. And then it just hit me. Maybe I can, in a world obsessed with control, just let go. See where the wind takes me, per se. And 5 years of leading my life like this, I am happier than ever. Now, to be fair, humans are creatures of habits, and I still have mine too, whether it be doing my German lesson on Duolingo every morning or checking the news at lunch. But these are little habits that help your brain function by putting something in your day for your brain to look forward to. Spontaneity doesn't mean chaos. What you have to look at, though, is if your routine has put you into autopilot, where you're no longer leading your life, but instead just participating in it. And if the latter is true, it might be time for a shakeup. And I'm not just saying all this for fun. There is some real science to back this up. Let me tell you about something called cognitive flexibility. Cognitive flexibility is an important part of how our brains function. It helps us mentally adjust to different tasks or respond to sudden changes in circumstance. Really useful stuff, I know. Now, the cool thing is that studies like one from the University of Otago in New Zealand actually show evidence that adults with more tendencies to be spontaneous actually had much better cognitive flexibility. What does this mean? in layman's terms, the more comfortable you get living spontaneously in your everyday life, the more comfortable you're going to be when life throws that next curveball into your day. Whether it be a flat tire on your way to work, your kids telling you at 10 p.m. they have a project due tomorrow that they haven't even started yet, or, in my case, breaking my back 1 week before the start of my second semester of college. Believe it or not, I did not have chronic back pain on my bingo card, but in part thanks to my increased cognitive flexibility from my spontaneous lifestyle, I was ready to adapt to my injury and quickly start to climb that hill to recovery. Now, I don't know about you. I'm actually a big fan of having a productive life, since I don't have a productive spine anymore. But being spontaneous is also better for your brain in another big way: mental health. When you do something fun or new, which spontaneous activities commonly lead to, your brain releases dopamine, serotonin, and other generalized happiness chemicals that I can't even begin to pronounce. To make it even better, along with this increased happiness, a study in Italy actually showed a direct link in how spontaneous someone lives their life and how much stress they experience. Unsurprisingly, the more you go with the flow and say, why not, to more opportunities, the less stressed you're going to be. To make it even better, let's follow this down. The more spontaneously you live your life, the happier you are. And the happier you are, the more open you are to spontaneous opportunities. This is a positive feedback loop. That's the best kind of feedback loop. Now, I know you lot are really enjoying me spit all this research at y'all, but I'm not here to spread this message just because it's true. But it's something that I have lived fully and has made my life so much better. When I started my time at a college 5 hours away from home, I was the only person that I knew. All I did was go to class, go to the dining hall, go for a run, and then stay inside my dorm. Rinse, wash, repeat. And then one day, at a club expo put on by the school that I spontaneously decided to go to, I got asked one question that I never saw coming that completely changed my college experience. Do you want to join the hockey team? Now, I am a man from West Texas, which, in case you are unaware, has a distinct lack of hockey. But I thought only one thing to myself before answering that question. Why not? It could be fun. So I joined our college hockey team on a whim. Am I the best at hockey? No. But I'm pretty good at knowing the other teams we play. More importantly, though, this one spontaneous decision opened up so many opportunities for me to travel across the country and make some of my closest friends that I just wouldn't have met any other way. Ultimately, all the benefits to leading a spontaneous life are just too important to keep ignoring. We all deserve to live a life we enjoy, even if it's scary and you're worried about flying too close to the sun. Just remember that Icarus laughed as he fell, for he knew to fall, you first had to have flown. So, when you go home tonight, I want you to think about one question and one question only. Why not? What is actually stopping you? You'll quickly realize there aren't that many real reasons to not live the life you deserve. Why not write a book like you've always dreamed of? Why not go on that trip you and your friends have been talking about? Why not make the most of the time I have left? Or why not apply to give a TEDx talk? Once I stopped scheduling and started doing, I started living way better. So next time someone asks you to do something crazy, why not just go for it? Or maybe just on your way home, take a new route from here to there and start living happier and healthier. Thank you.